Computer. Okay. All right. Three, two, one. Hey, everybody. Happy summer. This is Jim Hague with the beautiful Jan Venturini in Hawaii, I believe. I'm in Southern California, and we're both in this crazy ass world for sure. Absolutely crazy. But you know something? We're going to talk about the in between life as you approach death. What kind of signals, what do we hear? Because I'll tell you this right now, sadly, my mom is close to dying and she has dementia. She's in a
Mm.
memory care unit and she really is kind of oblivious to the world and not knowing what's happening. And
That's a
sometimes I
good,
watch her. What's
this
that?
is a good, this is a good place to start
Okay,
Be-
so
because Alzheimer patients or dementia patients or people in comas or unconscious are all living already in the in-between world.
okay, well, we've already started, so I'll let you go ahead but I wanted to explain to the audience that, I look at the way she looks at her eye. I mean, I look at her eyes, it's like pointing upwards, her jaw drops. A lot of this is happening. So what's this all mean? And Jan's going to explain this to us, right, Jan?
Well, here's, you all know that when you're born, you're surrounded by nurses, doctor, there's people to bring you into life, correct? Well, the same is true on the other side. You don't just go into the void, just like to some empty place. Your guides, your guardians, your loved ones who are assigned the job of helping you are there and they're present many times for hours to days to weeks around a person when they're preparing to leave. Now, people who have brain distortions such as dementia or Alzheimer's or in a coma, or anything that has them in an altered state are already being prepped. And that's why they have a tendency to look out the window at the light. They look at the light or they look above their heads. They look up. All right. And they're looking up because they're feeling all that energy that's coming to help them. All right.
Hmm.
Also, you sometimes they'll bring up memories of something from so long ago, but you have to pay attention because a part of what they're doing is um, leaving you with something. So pay attention to what they do say to you. And
Hmm.
some, and for many, even with dementia, they will have moments of lucidity. We're
Of
out of
lucidity.
nowhere of lucidity, of
Okay.
being lucid, of the ability to be lucid. And they will say something so incredibly with such depth or knowing, they might be just out of it, like the dementia, and then all of a sudden say, "So how was that soccer game that so and so went to?" And sure enough, your son just went to a soccer game. You go, "How did they know that? How did you remember that?" It's sort of they get lucid moments where things come through.
Hmm.
So the body process of when a person's preparing to leave is very different and can be unique with each person. What's even more important for people to know, Jim, is that what we believe to be true, we
Right.
will witness on the other side. So your mother being this beautiful East Indian woman will be surrounded by East Indian beings on the other side because our reality, whatever we believe to be true, is what we're going to experience. And that's why it's really important for people to move beyond that ideology of the devil's going to get them and there's nothing there, it's horrible, because they can actually create seeing that until their guides help move past it. All
Hmm.
right. So when one is with a loved one, what happens is, believe it or not, the umbilical cord of you and your mother is still very attached. All right. The child lets go when they're born, but the mother doesn't. All right. And because of that, there's a tug. So many times I've been with clients, they go, "Oh my God, I think my mother just passed." And sure enough, they'll call and find out their mother just passed in a rest home. All right, because they feel the disconnect. And because remember, the most important thing for all of us to really get is our physical body is sitting inside of our larger body. In that larger body, there are ley lines connecting to situations and people and the other side. So we get a tug on that and we sense it and we feel it. And sometimes when a person passes, a person sitting in a house at home, like a son or a daughter, will see their image going right by the living room window or pass through the house, or something will present itself, or the phone will ring. And these things happen. So for the person leaving, most people leave going through the top of their head. All right. Many people feels important not to be holding on to the top of their heads when they're dying,
Hmm.
because that's where their energy leaves. We're attached by a silver cord to our physical body.
Hmm.
All right. So the us that is outside of us is hooked onto a silver cord. And when that silver cord is severed, they're gone. All right. And you feel the presence because you see the body, but you just know there's nobody there. It's not the person. Now, if people are suffering from cancer or an illness, that's normally what happens is there's a thing we call the death rattle in the physical body. What that really is people dying cannot clear their throat. They don't have the ability to do that. They don't have the ability to swallow. And so that's where the death rattle comes from. It's the mucus collecting in the throat that causes that. But as they get closer to leaving their body, their breath gets more and more shallow, lighter and lighter and lighter until they take that last breath. I've had clients tell me that when they've begged a person to leave who has cancer and is really suffering, they virtually have watched the person slip out the side of their body and see
Hmm.
their whole image as they leave. But the truth is, they go off the top of their head. And you know it inside your beings. If you have a loved one, like your mother, who's
Hmm.
getting ready to go, you don't have to think about when it happens. You sense it. You won't be able to describe where it came from. You'll just know it. And you know it because you're connected. All right. How many times have you heard the phone ring and you knew exactly who it was, and you pick it up and that's exactly who it was? Because you're connecting before you even hear their voice.
Hmm.
Also, it's if you're helping somebody pass, it's very important to let them know you love them and that it's going to be a wonderful place that they're going to, and that you're always going to be there with them in so many memories, and that it's okay to let go. And as a person gets into not attached to reality, more unconscious, that gets really important to let them know it's okay to go, it's okay to leave. Because many people will, one half of people will hold on till they've seen everybody they want to see before they let go. The other half will wait till absolutely nobody's in the room and nobody's around and they'll let go. So half want to be alone.
So
The other,
does the experience common for all people, good and bad?
oh, there's no such thing. They don't, souls are not looked at as good or bad on the other side. All right, we on the other side will be shown and witness our life effect on others. All right, we're not shown it in a negative way, a judgmental way. We're just shown it. So we're shown when we did an act, the effect that it had on others and how many others it had an effect on. All right, and we're shown all these things. We are the ones that sense where it was good and where it wasn't. Then we're given options. We're given options like, all right, so if we led with our ego a lot in this lifetime, tried to control people, overpowered others, we will be shown the ways in which we can come into life to balance out those lifetimes. Okay. And for instance, Gandhi, he deprived his entire physical body to free his country from England. He meditated, he deprived himself of food, he did total deprivation. That was a choice that he made to free his people. In a past life, he controlled people. So this was a balance for him as an evolved soul to balance that.
Mhm.
If a soul's done tons and tons and tons of damage, unless it was assigned, See, what we don't know, like this, let's use Donald Trump as an example. What we do not know is if was chosen to be here to show us all the loopholes in our systems and all the failings and bring everything to a head so that we can really transform our system and create a better system for the people. Now, if that was the reason for doing it and showing that money was just play money and it was his to do anything he wanted with it, if that was the reason, then on the other side, it would have been balancing out other things and there would be no real karma attached to that because that was the purpose. However, if that wasn't the purpose and he allowed the ownership of power and money to go to his head, then he will be penniless in another lifetime.
Hmm.
He will be a street person. He will be without. All right. He won't come close to painting anything gold, you see, but that's a choice. But the alternative of choice is to be dissolved. That's your alternative. If you have karma and you don't want to pay the price for it, then you can choose to be dissolved. Then you are no more. You're gone.
Hmm.
You're straight. Totally. And we have some that have chosen that path. And right. There are some, I think his name is Michael Lipton. He's a PhD. He was a hypnotherapist.
Hmm.
And he wrote two books, Destiny of the Soul and Journey of the Soul. And what he did in hypnosis is he had about 60 of his clients that he successfully was able to take in between lives. And he wrote two books about that. About they described what they did in between physical lifetimes.
Hmm.
And so for those people who are really fascinated by the subject matter,
Hmm.
all right, they can pick up his books and read The Destiny of the Soul, or Journey of the Soul. I think it was Journey of the Soul. The first of the two books, which I'm pretty sure was Journey of the Soul, is a less complicated as the second one. Second one, you just kind of pick it up where you can do it. What the books are actual case studies of his clients who could do this.
Hmm.
The case study and the actual things that happened, that they all gave him approval to do that. So, but it's interesting because I have witnessed death several times. I've been with a person dying several times, and all have been different. Um, one of the things I could say is I've experienced all the people once they left their bodies.
Hmm.
I've experienced them
You have.
in every single situation. They've moved past fear to, oh my gosh, this is amazing. All right. Every one of them was felt freed, totally. It was like you taught a bird to fly and they soared and they knew, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You also will go to those you love and things you love. What, like women who love flowers, I see them in gardens all the time when I read people and they ask about a loved one that's a flower lover, for instance. Gary went right to a baseball diamond, my husband
Hmm.
loved softball, and he was hitting balls. That was the first thing he
Hmm.
did
Hmm.
after he left his life on the other side. Whatever you picture and imagine, you create there.
Okay.
All right. So your imagination is the driving force when you don't have a physical body.
Your imagination is a driving force. What does that mean?
Yes. So you're on the other side and you imagine
Oh, you're already there.
the
You're on the other
home
side.
that
Okay.
you were living in when you were 5, and then there you are.
Uh-huh.
Thinking of a friend, zip, there you are by your friend.
Hmm.
So actually, imagination
Hmm.
is the key in the Aquarian age to manifesting. But you have to use your imagination in a way that you affirm it's already here. So you imagine yourself with that beautiful pond in the backyard, perfectly done, exactly the way you want it, and then it will become it. All right.
Hmm.
And it takes time and energy, but you appreciate it so much more when you get your hands dirty doing it. It's so much better when it's yours, when it's you that did it. It's just 100% better than when you have somebody else's idea of what you want because they never see it quite the way we do. Right?
Yeah.
And and water is a conductor of spirit. So being near water, whether it's a pond, a stream, a river, the ocean, carries you, and it's a beautiful place to dream what you want.
Hmm.
Those are the places you should do that. The other thing is, I would like for you with your mom and for others out there that are listening to this program, Jim, to be happy for those who are getting ready to soar with the eagles on the other side. Don't be sad that they're leaving. Be happy for them because they are being freed from a body that's outlived its usefulness. It's outgrown. They've outgrown the need for that body. And so, yes, you'll have memories, and yes, you're going to miss them, but be happy for them. We should have celebrations of life, not funerals. We should celebrate that person's life. In fact, I was watching a movie on my way to California to do these two weddings, and I thought this was so profound. This woman in this movie was dying of cancer. She knew she was going to die because she was choosing to no longer do chemotherapy, and
Hmm.
she was a performer in Shakespearean plays. So she had everybody comes a character from Shakespearean plays, and everyone tell her what they wanted her to know while she was still alive instead of talking about who she was after she died. And I
Hmm.
thought, how profound is that? That she got to know what they loved about her while she was here. That would be
Yeah. Well,
just so.
yeah. Well, we do that at the funeral. I'm just wondering what do the people who are about to pass on, what do they do? What do they experience? Do they see, I mean, do they see loved ones? Do they see angels? Do
Yes,
they,
both are
oh,
true.
oh, okay.
Yes, many times when they're getting close, they'll say, Mom was here last night and we had a nice talk. Or Dad was here. He came in, he wore that funny jacket he used to wear. Oh yeah, they start talking about them. They start talking about, oh, you remember that dog we had when we were kids? It came last night. It was the most amazing thing. All right. My son told me that a man in all these colorful clothes met him outside the hospital, but told him it's not time yet. You got to go back. All right, so they have all kinds of things that they tell you. And these are not illusions. People tell you, oh, that's just they get illusionary when they get ready to die. That's not true. They have experiences because they're on both sides before they leave.
Hmm.
They're experiencing on both sides prior to leaving. And so as a person, like your mother right now is in preparation mode. All right. So
Hmm.
she doesn't really understand a lot of what's going on yet. She's not really
No, she's
aware.
kind of out there. I mean, she's not even in reality.
No, she's in the in-between world. It's not the astral plane, but it's beyond our plane of existence.
Hmm.
But right now it's kind of a vacancy.
Yeah.
And I see her wanting to see your father.
She
Want-
wants to see my dad?
yes, wanting to see your father. Why is that?
I don't
Unfinished
know. They
business?
didn't have a good relationship though.
That might be why. All right. Sometimes, I find it very fascinating. When I've had couples where they've lost a partner, they were had a really great relationship, they let go so easily. It's beautiful. But
Hmm.
when I've had those that have had really struggling relationships, they have a lot of guilt, resentment, and fear around losing that partner, which I
Hmm.
find very interesting. And I think a lot of it is because they think of ways in which they could have done better. They could have handled this better. They should have spoke up at this moment. They start to think about all the ways that they could have
Hmm.
the
Got better.
yes. And so
Hmm.
that might be because what I'm feeling with your mother and as I tap into your mom is I need to see him again. I need to talk to him. So she, all right. Your mother withheld a lot in her life. She kept too much inside. Okay.
Hmm.
And so sometimes that triggered your father to be angry. It triggered him to be overly expressive because she withheld. It's kind of like passive aggressive. All right.
Hmm.
And so she realizes there was things she kept from him that she needed to tell him, but she was afraid to at the time. At the time she was afraid to enlist his anger. She was afraid to activate him. So she kept things inside. That's how she did it. All right. Your mother lived in a dream world a lot but didn't get ready to die. When she was raising kids, she lived in a dream world a lot. Were you aware of that?
Probably. I mean.
Yeah,
I don't doubt it.
she used to fantasize over what things could be and would be and should be, and and that was how she got by. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but the thing is, she's not quite there yet. But your mother, I sense your mother's one of those that probably is going to sneak out in the nights one night because she doesn't feel like she wants a lot of company there when she goes. All right.
Yeah, well,
She feels like she's one of those that would just as soon leave when nobody's around. All right. Um, Most people are not aware they're leaving till they're gone. Uh,
yeah.
and Gary said to me, I placed my hand on his chest,
Mm.
and when I did that, he shot out the top of his head like a lightning rod so fast he wasn't expecting it. And most people don't do it quite like that.
So
It's
you're
not,
saying that she's just going to sneak out.
yeah, it feels like she's not,
So with or without us being there, I guess.
yes, without you being there. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Also, you don't have to worry because it's like, I get a picture of just these light beings all around her. And I also get a picture of loved ones, people that she adored in her early childhood that
Hmm.
have passed, that she'll see right away, that
Hmm.
will allow her to feel so at home, so very at home. All right. She doesn't have a reason for living anymore. She's like over it.
Yeah.
She's just
No, I don't think there's any reason.
the body is a challenge for your mother right now.
Oh my God, big time.
It's just such a challenge. So
Hmm.
they're just like dragging around a weight. All right. And, but they help them, they guide them because she'd be gone already, but she has a lot of fear. Your mother does. And it's the fear that's keeping her locked up in that little body of hers. All right. So that's why I say when you're with her, say, Mom, you've lived a wonderful life. You've been a great mom. And anytime you're ready, it's okay for you to graduate.
Oh, I tell her that all the time. It's okay for her to leave if she needs to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't tell her to go be with my dad. I tell her more, why don't you go be with your dad?
Well, your dad actually is not like your dad now that he's on the other side.
No.
He's not like the man that you knew. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
Uh,
he was pretty conditioned by his father too and mother. So I can go back several generations of, how men were trained in your father's family.
mhm.
And now he's free and your father's a very bright man. All right. He has a really good intellect. And so, he's pursuing several things on the other side right now. And so
I wish him all the best.
he's, well, he's content. He's more content now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So for you, you just keep doing what you're doing because it's now your mom's choice of when she's willing to let go.
Hmm.
All right. And that's the one thing, we're given free will here and there.
Hmm.
When he gets the right to interfere with that. So we don't get taken against our will ever. It's all about when we're ready to just let go, then we let go.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's right. It's when we let go, we let go. I'm not worried about me right now. I'm more worried about my mom because she's on the verge of just letting go. And like I said, I don't see myself being there when she passes away. Uh,
Well, is there anything else she needs you to do for her? Is there anything else anybody in the family?
I don't think so. I think basically she's just kind of, I mean, I don't know if she's saying goodbye to people, but she probably has. Just I think she's telling me basically that she's eager to leave.
So when you see her, just take her hand and squeeze it.
Hmm.
Okay? Kiss her cheek, take her hand, squeeze it. That a touch, when they get towards the end, touch is more important than words.
Hmm.
Okay? And so, because they feel they're more sensory and their minds are whirling all over the place, so they don't always hear everything you're saying, but they do feel touch.
Hmm.
All right. So it's important that you hug her, hold her hand, and just be you.
Hmm.
Talk about what's going on in your life. Just share, you know, Cameron's antics of what's going on in his as a grandson. It just, because those moments, believe it or not, they go into a part of her consciousness. And then when she's on the other side, she'll be able to pull them back up.
Well, I'll be my most there's a good strong chance. I'm not sure. Driving down to her is a royal pain. But if I do, I plan on going to see her this Sunday for, during Father's Day and then go visiting my dad's grave.
Sure.
See, why not? See what's happening. So it'll
Yeah.
be sweet. All righty, Janie. Well, thank you so much for this. Has been very enlightening. You can stay on after we're done here, but well, I will definitely hold hands with
Yeah.
my.
And just let her know you love her. Just let her know you love her.
Hmm.
Thank you for being my mom, you know? I
Yeah.
mean,
What
let
is?
her know that you love her because we don't always get the opportunity to be with our
Yeah.
family when they pass. And because of that, it's just, I didn't. My father passed in a rest home, and my mother did as well.
Hmm.
And my father died in the night, and my mother had pneumonia and woke up unconscious. And so I didn't get to do that. And so, it's wonderful if you can do that. I got to do that with Gary,
Hmm.
right? And that's why I think I was so whole when he left, and I was just complete. It was okay. It was natural. We had great years. I don't have any regrets with Gary.
That's beautiful. So, all right, Jan, thank you so much. We're out of time, and I will post this up on Apple, Spotify. We'll be back again with Jan very soon on another interesting topic. Take care.